Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to Crochet Witch Tarot and to day one of our journey through the Forest of Enchantment, which I am so excited for and I hope you are too, or again, at least entertained. So before we begin day one, I wanted to just chat a little bit about what came about from my, what did I call it, like pre-work, which if you didn't catch my kind of intro video to this journey, I shared a spread to do before we kind of jump into this official part of the journey, if you wish. So I did mine right here, which also, new journal alert. I started this new kind of journaling, very much inspired by the journals I am seeing from others here on TarotTube, and I'm really excited about it. I got sticker paper to print on so that I could stick my readings right in it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. So I have my reading I did right here, and I actually chose to use the Meraki Tarot for this. Solely because you can absolutely, if you have the Forest of Enchantment deck, you can absolutely use that. The reason I didn't was because I kind of wanted to go into this journey with this deck kind of fresh, if that makes sense. I guess I didn't want to I'm totally personifying the deck right now, but I didn't want to kind of get it involved with this. These questions are really examining sort of like the reasons we might be feeling a little lost right now, or what we're looking to find through the Forest of Enchantment. So I didn't want to kind of get that into the deck before starting the journey. Does that? I don't think that makes sense, but maybe it does. I don't know. But also, at the end of this, we're gonna do like a wrap-up spread after we've gone through all these days. And I wanted to be able to, which might end up being, it won't be the same exact spread, but it'll be like kind of mirroring questions. So I wanted to be able to look at them side by side. So that was another motivation behind that. So I used the Meraki Tarot, which is really cool for this. But what I have discovered was that the root of this lost feeling I have been feeling was just a lot of change and upheaval happening all at once in my personal life, which, you know, for anyone is going to be difficult, but it's sort of also unveiling aspects of my own neurodivergency that I did not know were there. So that's kind of been what's been going on, I suppose. So it's been this interesting self-discovery through like intense change, which is not, I'm not very good with change. That's one of the things not really discovered, I kind of knew that. But when I am undergoing kind of stressors like that, I have this tendency to really withdraw myself, which is not typical for me. I do enjoy a lot of time alone, a lot of solitude. Not to say that I do, like, that's something I need, that's something I really enjoy, but withdrawing in the way of I stop sharing with others. And I noticed that happening on here too. I kind of lost a motivation to make videos, make any sort of content, which is something that usually brings me so much joy because I love sharing, I love being an open book about these things. But when it feels like it's all kind of piling on at once, I stop doing that, which really results in losing that sense of connection that I have found here. And so through this spread, I really discovered like that's what was going on for me, which is really, I feel like this kind of journey is really needed to bring myself back. And I already, like, even through doing this spread, I already feel like it's helping. So if you did this spread, I hope that you are feeling a bit of the same. But what I'm hoping to find on this journey is, I had the Four of Swords show up. So to me, that is speaking to actual sustainable rest and a sense of peace almost. And 4 being that kind of stabilizing number, again, it's making me feel like this more sustainable way to allow myself rest and recovery, and again, kind of like where I don't end up in these moments where it's like this major overwhelm and then just kind of shut down and disconnection. Finding a way to deal with things as they come so that I don't end up feeling that high level of like burnout and stress. So that was from the spread from our pre-work. Again, maybe I'll remember to put it in the cards. I probably won't because I'm gonna upload this and I gotta go to an appointment, so I probably won't. Maybe I'll put it down below. If not, it is I recently posted a video of like the intro to this. Anyway, so as I said in the last video, this journey we're going to be going through the major arcana of the Forest of Enchantment because it really brings you naturally, I feel, on this journey. So I kind of grouped them together in ways that I thought made sense. So yeah. So on day 1 of this journey, we are going to be focusing on one major arcana, and that is the Fool, which in this deck is, ooh, sorry for the glare, the White Hart. And you can see in this card, we've got this White Hart really acting as our guide, bringing us into the forest in this opening. And so I thought I would read the guidebook entry here for anyone who doesn't have the deck, or if you just want to listen. Also, before I forget to mention, if you have this deck and are just getting to, well, if you have this deck in general, they're fantastic videos. Even if you don't, Sandy over at Exploring Tarot is nearly done with a whole exploration, deep dive into this deck. She's got a whole slew of videos that have been so fantastic. I highly recommend if you want to get to know the deck better in that way, or even like go beyond the majors, because again, with this journey, we're sticking with the majors. Anyway, we're gonna read the entry for the White Hart here. So, at the edge of the deep forest stands an invitation to enchantment. When you see a pure white deer, you are being called to follow it, and only the foolish would ignore such a beckoning. And yet, it takes trust to enter the forest, to explore the unknown and the uncharted. Mysteries await you, according to what your soul needs for its journey. There are surprises around every bend in the woodland path, and often there is no path at all. The White Hart opens a portal into the wild, and your own wild heart responds. Step forward through the swirling mist into the realm of apple and oak, ash and hawthorn, fir and willow, holly and hazel. There may be companions along the way, and adversaries too. The first step into the forest must be taken on your own. The traditional name for this mysterious card that is numbered 0 is the Fool, and it symbolizes the start of a new adventure that is undertaken with a pure and innocent heart. The pun here is intended. Follow your heart. Ha! 'Cause the White Hart. Really cool, and that entry alone is what really got me thinking about creating this journey. So what that card really feels like it is focusing on is this idea of sitting in that unknown, in that mystery, and familiarizing ourselves with not knowing what's next and becoming comfortable with not needing to know, which is something that I personally really struggle with. I like having a plan, I like knowing what's next, but currently I'm in this phase of just not knowing and learning to be okay with that. So without further ado, for meeting the White Hart, which is what I'm calling day 1, we begin our journey into the forest. Shed preconceived notions about the self is what we're doing here. So I created a spread to go along with this day, and that's kind of what we're doing. Again, this journey, it's not going to be anything crazy. It's just going to be kind of a series of spreads. So I will also type this down below in the description, so don't feel like you need to pay super close attention to what I'm saying right now. You can also just check that below. So our spread for day 1 is What is it I fear about the unknown? How can I find more peace and optimism in surrender? How can I learn to relinquish control? And finally, what am I hoping to find in my journey? Which is a bit of a repeat. That last question is a repeat a bit from our beginning spread, but I thought it would be... I think that's an important question to kind of continue on, you know, now that we're meeting the white heart, I do recommend, or at least what I'm going to do, you don't have to do anything I'm gonna do, if it doesn't feel correct, then do your own thing entirely. But my plan is that for the cards we're focusing on, I am gonna pull them out of the deck, and from here on forward, I will be using the Forest of Enchantment for the polls for my spreads that I'm doing. But I'm gonna keep the white heart out until our next part of the journey, which will be probably some point later this week. Again, I'm not doing it where it's going to be like a daily thing. We're just going to do every few days until this is done. But other than that, I think that's all I have for today. So I would love to hear for anyone who is taking part at any point in time, I'd love to hear if you'd like to share sort of things that you're discovering or that you're excited about. And yeah, I hope you're all having a wonderful beginning to the week, and I will see you again very soon.